how Hindi is like more expressive. Like, you know, for every gender, there's like a different word. For like, you know, I mean, like singular, like all those things. There are like specific words for it. ये English में क्या है? It's very sweet, and that's what I love about parents, Indian families. You know, they're so innocent and they're always there for their kids.
Exactly.
I've also gotten an Oscar. I've also gotten an Oscar in my head.
Oh, I was sharing a red carpet with Kylie Jenner a few days back.
When you're in a small town, don't think that because you're here, that's why your life is not getting successful. Just find a way. It's all about like finding the path for yourself, and sooner you do, better it is.
Exactly. Never have I ever used my pageant skills to diffuse a real life awkward situation. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Chai and Glamour. And our special guest for this episode is the golden girl of Indian pageantry, Vartika Singh.
Too sweet.
Vartika, tell me, how do you feel today?
How do I feel today?
Yeah.
Amazing. Sexy. I think...
That's 24x7.
Yeah, I actually just, you know, like when I wake up, I tell myself it's going to be a great day. Every day I tell myself that you're the best, just go for it. So that's like the subconscious mind playing all the time in my head, like that's the subconscious voice.
And that is really important, you know.
It's very important to be self-assured. It's very important to be, you know, like aware of who you are and just believe in yourself. Have that confidence, you know, that you got it.
We would love to know about your pageant journey.
I believe in miracles. I genuinely believe in magic in life, and a lot of good things have happened to me. Every stage that I've experienced, every milestone that I've achieved, I always feel like, you know, obviously there's hard work and dedication to it, but there's a lot of luck to it as well. And pageant journey has been that for me. You know, like in 2015, I placed second runner-up as Miss India, and then went for Miss Grand International, placed second runner-up. From there, to be able to get the title of Miss India Universe in 2019 and being able to represent India at Miss Universe has been a fantastic journey, because I actually never thought, but back in your head, you always want certain things. And power of your subconscious mind is very strong.
It's very important.
And once, I've always felt that whatever I've desired for, things have come around somehow, and it's been magical.
Journey has been magical. It's been magical for you and for viewers as well.
Thank you. I would say that, you know, like in my pageant journey, I've gotten a lot of help and support from my pageant fans. They've been the biggest support all throughout. I remember sometimes, you know, like you are low, but they kind of bring you back in the game. And I think the fact that I was able to go for Miss Universe, it had a lot of, you know, like role of people who were supporting me all throughout. You know, like they played the biggest role in terms of getting me the title and, you know, like influencing and telling people that, you know, like, and telling myself also, sometimes you want to hear it from other people as well.
Very
that,
true.
That you got the self-worth, but you also need that little validation when you're low. And it came from everybody, and I'm really, genuinely very grateful for that. Thank you, everybody.
Exactly. So we're talking about your pageant journey right now. So you said that it was the first time in 2015 and you were placed the second runner-up.
Yeah.
So how was it like? You were too close to the crown, but yet you were too far. So what were the thoughts and the feelings at that moment, if you remember? It's been a decade actually, 10 years.
No. How 10 years?
It's 2024.
But 2015 is when I... Okay, actually, almost.
Almost 10 years.
Very close.
Very close.
I'm still in 2023, guys. Sorry. Mentally,
and I am in 2020.
Mentally, I am not accepting to move forward. but no. So, yeah, it's been a while, actually. And I think, you know what happens? Like, when you do like pageants, and when you've not planned, you've not seeked so much from it, that's when you get the best results out of
Exactly.
it. Like, you know, I mean, you have to be there in the moment and just do your part and let it be. Let other people do and, like, you know, I mean, give you what you deserve, because there's genuinely nothing in your hand. You can only do so much.
Exactly.
And that's about it.
That's why we call her as the golden girl of India, because it was, guys, in 2014 that we placed last, and after the gap of 5 years, it was in 2019 that Vartika was crowned as Miss Universe India, and we had lots of hopes with her, and she fulfilled our, you know, what you said, dream of getting a placement at Miss Universe. And that was also a very wild journey, because the Asia was already announced, the 5, and the wild cards already 2 were announced, and you were on the 18th
I
spot.
genuinely, because like they sent us all back, because you know what happened after they announced, I think 2 girls were left to be called. I think.
You were the 18th.
And they'd sent everybody backstage, and I was like, I don't think I've made it. Okay, fine. You know, like you get into that zone of like, okay, fine, I don't know, fine, I'll just tell people. My national director was there, and I was feeling really bad for her. I was like, oh my God, this is very embarrassing. But I'll tell her something. so
I'll
so
tell her a
yeah,
story.
Yeah. I was like, पता नहीं क्यों नहीं किया.
Yeah, I did. Maybe.
I did my best.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they announced India, and I think everybody got so happy. I saw like this whole Indian flag.
Yeah, it was Natasha and all, and like.
Yeah, everybody like, you know, like, oh, just waving that flag, and then, you know, the screen just went like that whole tricolor, and it was such a beautiful feeling, you know, like this is your way of contributing something to the nation, and this is not even like 1/10 or like 100th part of what those, you know, soldiers feel when they do so much for the nation, you know, but it's just like contributing in your own way, and it just felt so much fulfilling at that moment. So
that's amazing, and that's
love
inspiring.
It. Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, I always thought like, okay, I brought luck to everybody. I should have just won the crown, guys.
You brought the luck. Since 2019 you're placing. It's like it's the only Asian country that is placing out of 75. You brought luck for her. You're the lucky charm for India.
हाँ, मुझे खुद को crown नहीं दिया. But it's okay.
You made the way.
I'm happy. Yeah. Sometimes you have to make the way.
So, someone has to make a way, and you were the one who made the way, because I remember it was in 1990 that Suzanne was Miss Universe India, and she made the way from India. And then since India was the gold India, so you made the way.
I'm very happy that in my pageant journey, I've gotten a lot of support, a lot of appreciation for whatever I've done so far. You know, like all the pageant fans, people around me, they've always admired me so much and appreciated each and everything that I've done. And I think it's because of them I was able to do Miss Universe and was appreciated a lot. So I've never been able to thank them so much, but like every time I get an opportunity, I really recall my pageant days, and I just be like that it was them, you know, who really sort of like, you know, I mean, got me wherever I am. So thank you guys.
And that is so sweet. That is so sweet. Moving ahead. Yes, this is my
it's like just smaller, because you know, like the bigger one just gets like a little messy.
Yeah, this is good.
So this is cute.
Yeah. So moving ahead, Vartika, I have a story to share with you. So I have this pageant and innovation. Okay. I started it in late 2018.
Yeah.
And the 2019 was the year when I started following pageants. You were the first Miss Diva that I saw winning. And when it was Miss Universe, I remember it was early morning in the 6th. In India it was 6. And I got up, and I woke up late actually, and they already announced Asia. Yeah. And I was so sure that it would be Vartika in Asia. And I saw South Africa. There was Vietnam, there was Nigeria and all. I was like, wait. And sorry, Indonesia and Nigeria. And then it came down to wild cards. they announced 17 spots, and they were like,
Yeah.
okay, now it's. I was like, my heart was beating fast. I was like, I'm there competing, and then they announced India, and every morning I shouted on it. My neighbors would have just kicked me out that moment, but it was
Yeah.
like so much weight. There's a certain community in pageantry, which
Yeah.
not much people in this whole industry know, but there is a certain strong and a small community of pageantry, and they really look up to, like, your achievement for us was our achievement, because we felt it. We were talking it in the group, yeah, India, 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 and and then it was the top 10 cut out, and it did not happen. And we were cursing Miss Universe. Miss Universe is fake. Miss Universe is rigged. I'm not watching Miss Universe.
Yeah, I know. See, obviously, I could have done much more. I'm not denying that. But at the same time, I did my best in that moment.
Yeah,
There was only
exactly.
so much that I could do
Yeah.
in that moment. Looking back, yes, I know that, oh, I could have done this differently, that differently, but
But
the
the whole
time has
competition
gone.
was so quick.
But it was so quick, there
Yeah.
wasn't much time, and especially my pageant was like barely for 10, 11 days, and it
Yeah.
just got over like this,
Yeah,
you know,
it
like,
came
so
in that time,
there
yeah.
wasn't much time for you to recover from any mistakes that you've made. Because
Exactly.
once you've made a mistake, it's done.
It's done.
It's
But
registered, like,
it's
you know.
registered.
So when pageant is long, you still have time to come back. There isn't time to come back. It was just
It's
like a very one-time
you
thing.
came, you competed, you went.
Yeah, yeah.
It's worked very
it was
quick.
that. So yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent India at Miss Universe. And I'm very grateful for it.
Amazing. Any behind the scenes story you want to share at Miss Universe that you have not heard, and you're like, okay, now it's been like 5 years, I can tell.
I'll tell you what. So Miss Universe I did in 2019, and I started modeling from 2016.
Yes.
What had happened while I was modeling that, because obviously young girls, when they go out, you see a lot of world, you see a lot of challenges in your life, and it kind of redefines you as a person. So the difference between when you've just come from freshly out of college and you're like, you're going to change the world, and you're going to, like, be the flag bearer of like the world change and world peace and everything. But when life happens to you, then you realize things don't work like that.
It doesn't.
And in pageantry, everybody is so fueled with so much enthusiasm, so much, like courage, which I really appreciate, because that's what we need, and as life happens, all those enthusiasm, the passion and everything sort of kind of, gets mixed up with the reality checks that you get, on and off in life. So a lot of my answers and a lot of my experiences were like also affected by, should I or not? Because in life, this does not happen. So why should I say this? I'm going to be real. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that, So there was a lot of like mental battle that I was actually having at that point of time. And not many people know, but back then my mom wasn't well. And I think I would cry every morning before getting ready. Then again put the makeup on and video call her. It was quite a phase. But all good.
Being fine now?
Yeah, she's fab, guys. She's fab. She's amazing. She's fully cured. Everything is perfect. God is great.
God is
It's
great.
kind.
Yeah. And that's what this story of glamorous world is.
Yeah. The thing is, like you could be going through the worst phase of your life, but the face that you have to show out there has to have that
glamorous.
Smile on, blow-dried hair, glossy lips, and the best personality that you can actually show to the world. That's what you show. But what goes inside here and here, they never get to see it.
That's difficult. This is difficult. Now, talking about your modeling journey, you have been like one of the very famous, well-known models in India, and you worked with like almost every brand of India, right? Biggest brand of India. So, how does it feel when you are on the road and you see yourself on the billboard? And when did it first happen? When did you see yourself first on a billboard?
I remember very clearly. The first job was as Miss India title holders, when I did Miss India in 2015, it was FBB Miss India.
Yeah.
FBB Femina Miss
Miss
India.
India, yeah.
And FBB was the title sponsor. So every year we were supposed to do the shoot with them.
Yeah.
And I remember the first shoot with them that I did actually got me like multiple billboards. And that's how I think a lot of people started noticing me, that I had a lot of potential as a model, you know,
You
like.
look gorgeous on camera. I was
So-
seeing right here and you were like, oh my god, this looks divine.
So yeah, I think camera is kind to me. Please always be kind.
Camera is the work.
Yeah, you're my work. You appreciate me. I love you. Yeah, you're my world. So yeah, that's it was a FBB campaign that got me the first billboard of my life. And
What was your parents' reaction when this? Oh, that's my daughter.
you know, my parents are very non-expressive.
That's
So till today they're like, oh, beta, तुम्हारा काम धाम ठीक चल रहा है ना? On one hand, everybody knows that I am very grateful to be able to achieve like a name in modeling industry. People acknowledge my work. They know like I'm on top of my game. But my parents are like, oh, सब ठीक चल रहा है ना?
That's the story everywhere. To be honest, in my family, it's like they always have a backup option. There's option one that we choose, and they have a backup option.
Yeah.
And they're always ready with their backup plan.
Yeah. So I think it's the Indian parents, their concern, their love for us. And they always feel like that they want to see us
Growing.
you know, like growing and well settled. And especially for my parents, because obviously I come from Lucknow, so exposure is a little limited. So for them to be able to understand that this can be like a full-time career and people can make money, make name, you know, like still be popular and all those things, it's very difficult for them to understand. They don't know that this can happen.
This
so
can happen,
which is why they're constantly worried for me, and they're like, सब ठीक चल रहा है ना? सब बेटा कोई बात होगी तो बता देना.
हम हैं कुछ कर लेंगे.
I'm like, oh, cute. Like in my head, obviously I tell them like, no, of course everything is fine, but I know it's just very sweet, and that's what I love about parents, Indian families. You know, they're so innocent and they're always there for their kids.
Exactly.
And I love it.
That's the quality of Indian parents. Actually, talking about this, I also come from a very small town called as Bhavnagar. You might have not heard it.
No, I've heard.
You've heard?
Not so small at all.
Bhavnagar is very small.
I know. I'm just saying. Like I've heard about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I come from Bhavnagar.
Yeah.
And my parents are also not familiar
with
to this pageantry. And you know, it's like they think it's a very female-centric field. And me being a male in a small town, there's superiority of a male, you know. They think like a man should have certain
I get
choices
it.
of career. So they weren't very familiar with this idea, but they were supportive, and that's what matters, right? Like, they were like, yeah, kar raha hai, karo.
I think that's the beauty of it. You know, sometimes. So obviously, during Miss India, I did not speak to my father for a month because I was shit scared to face him. I was like, I don't know how to tell him, because obviously Miss India, you have to stay in Bombay for a month. You have to compete and everything else. Obviously, I was talking to my mom, my siblings, but I just did not know how to talk to my father, because how would I tell him that I'm part of a pageant? He'd be like, what's wrong with you? Like, what is going on? It was a cultural shock for them. So when the finale happened and when I became the second runner-up, and when people started calling him and congratulating him, he realized this is something cool. This is something great. So he, you know, like from that not knowing space and very like confused space to like owning everything with pride, and, you know, like be having that, like, you know, I mean, like very like upright position, just telling his friends that she's my daughter.
My daughter is amazing.
Yeah, it has been a journey. It definitely has been a journey. And, you know, like when I see him introduce me to his friends and people, there's some sense of pride, and it gives me so much joy and happiness as I know, as his daughter, because this is one achievement for me, you know, like to be able to give that joy to my father.
Exactly. For people, you know, the audience, the people who see you on the screen, They think, for your achievement might be seeing you on Billboard. But as you said, for you achievement is
Yeah.
also seeing your father introducing proudly to his fans.
Yeah. For me, my family is here always. My
Exactly.
family first is
Family
what
is
I
priority.
follow. Yeah, and whoever I meet, whoever like I interact with, I always like every time I get an opportunity, like I always tell them like how important it is to stay connected to your roots. And today, if you want to be successful, if you want to do something more meaningful, and not have your mind go all over the place, because especially Mumbai is a place where it'll give you a lot of insecurity, it'll give you a lot of confusion, challenges, there would be days that you would be like, you have nothing in you, why are you even here, you should just go back or find something else to do. But what keeps you going is when your roots are strong, when you're connected to your reality, your family, like your values. And that's when you know that it's fine. You will, whatever good days and bad days are supposed to be there, and you will somehow be able to overcome each and everything that comes your way.
Exactly.
So
And that's the reality. When you're
It is.
rooted, you know the outcome, you know the reality actually of
yeah,
life.
yeah.
You are what you say, तुम यहाँ रहते हो. Yeah, ये होने वाला है, ये होने वाला है. Success doesn't get over head.
It does not. I mean, आज भी like people really appreciate me, when I go for my jobs. There are some jobs, especially like now you become like one category of model. People know that you're like on top of your game, you're really good, you're this. So obviously when you're going for your jobs, there are certain sort of expectations as well,
Yeah.
and not necessarily you'll be able to perform your best every day, because you're a human being.
Exactly.
There would be good days, there would be bad days, and like if you've not done well on one shoot, do not like beat yourself for it. It's fine, there'll be another one and you will do better. So obviously it brings you down, it kind of questions your self-worth, but what do? You have to like just move forward and assure yourself that it's all right, it happens to best of us.
Best of us, exactly. And that's one line or one dialogue in Hindi movie, Jaldi ka naam zindagi.
हाँ
गाड़ी
कुछ
जिंदगी.
चल हाँ क्या नाम है, चलती का नाम गाड़ी, I don't know,
चलती का नाम गाड़ी. I
something.
don't know. It's something like
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not so good with it, but yeah.
Me too. Yeah. So that's the quote and that's the reality of life. Moving ahead, Vartika. There are so many girls from Lucknow, from Bhavnagar, from various parts of India, from small town who has bigger dreams. Your speech at Miss Universe said, yeah, so you were a girl from a small town with bigger dreams, and there are a lot of girls who have bigger dreams and yet they're from small towns. They have lack of exposure, they have lack of support. So any message, advice you like to give them?
I think we all, firstly, I am happy that you're dreaming big, because dreaming big is important. And while you're dreaming big, also be assured that you're the only person who can take it forward. In lives, we seek support from a lot of people. We feel like, oh, I did not get this support, that's why I'm not being able to do it. Oh, I have a lot of challenges, I'm not getting the right opportunity. Yes, all of it is true. But all of it is true for everyone, not just for you. Like, so basically, whoever is coming forward, they are battling through all of those challenges. So wherever you are, just believe in yourself and do that extra bit, because that extra bit only takes people forward. So when you're in a small town, don't think that because you're here, that's why your life is not getting successful. Just find a way. It's all about like finding the path for yourself, and sooner you do, better it is.
Exactly, and that's the thing you told, that you're dreaming big.
Dreaming big is very important.
Matters,
Like the thing is, don't be a mediocre in life. You can't just be a dreamer and be like, हाँ काश ऐसा हो जाता तो कैसा रहता. Like that kash, no, like you only have to turn into reality, and that will only be a reality if you actually put in your hard work in it. And I've literally seen people work hard and getting their dreams and being able to, achieve whatever they've seeked for. You'll always want more from you. Like, today you would probably, your dream is to become Miss India, or dream is to become a supermodel. But does it stop here? Like in many, in a lot of people's opinion, maybe I could be living some of those dreams. But like, do I stop here? No, like your dream is, it constantly like, grows, and you constantly want more and more from your life. And the idea is to keep working for it. Like, just do not stop. Everything will happen. And trust me, if it's meant to happen, it will happen for you. Don't give up. That is all I want to say.
Very true, very true. It's like don't give up word is easier said than
done.
Yeah, I know, right? And your journey shows that.
Yeah, trust me, things don't come easy to me for some reason. I mean, having said that, I would say that people are very nice to me. People have appreciated me a lot. But I've realized that things really don't come easy to me. Like, it's not like, oh, I just suddenly got lucky, like woke up and be like, just you've gotten this bigger campaign, you've gotten this biggest films, or like whatever. Like, it does not happen like that.
Exactly.
So I've always worked for it, and I would suggest that please work for it. That is it, all I can say.
Exactly. Vartika, in 2019, you were appointed as Miss Universe India. So when you got to know the confirmation that yes, you are going to Miss Universe, what was your reaction and the thoughts throughout this journey of being crowned as Miss Diva Universe?
So let me tell you, there was a point that I was literally dying to get that title, because obviously that's why I was in the pageant, and it's like one of the biggest titles in India.
Universe is the biggest.
Yeah, like why would you not want it?
Exactly.
Like I wanted it so bad, and obviously then participating in Miss India at 15, again I was the second runner-up. Like I never was able to get the crown, and I think over the period of time, when it was due, like I said, like when it's meant to happen, it will happen no matter what you do.
Exactly.
And I just like let it go. I was like, it's all right. If it hasn't happened for you, it's fine.
It was a due and you got it.
And it was due.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, no matter what happens, at least in 2019, Miss India Universe will be Vartika Singh. And that is what I'm looking forward to. Okay. So I am going with that mindset. I don't know what will happen at the pageant because obviously there isn't much time. I don't know, like a lot of things are not in control. Exactly. But the whole feeling of like, going down in history is such a good feeling, like no matter what, that year is yours and no one can take that away from you. Exactly. And it's such a secure feeling to have.
Exactly, that's true. And as you said, 2019, you manifested it. You're talking about manifestation. Do you believe in manifestation?
I believe in manifestation big time. Not like I would say that I directly manifest things, but from my college days, like remember I was telling you, like I think I was in school and we were visiting that mall.
Yeah.
And from my school days, I've seen people in newspapers, billboards, and I would be like, ये लोग कहाँ से आते हैं मतलब इसी दुनिया के होते हैं क्या like not literally but like I always thought that there's a different world that exists and I know that I can never be part of it somehow
but now you are the biggest face of that world
and thank you but deep down I had the desire to be that person like but I was so shy to even own my own dreams. And it's just been, because also you're brought up in a certain way, people will be like, हाँ बढ़िया ही model बनने, बढ़िया ही Miss India बनने, like, so I never spoke out loud like what I really want from my life. So I think very silently I've always worked for things and wanted things and it has happened.
It
always happens. Like if you truly desire something, it really happens for you.
It does. And that's the power of manifestation.
It is.
I also believe in this power of manifestation because that drives you to, manifestation is like a mixture of your dreams and imaginations.
Yeah, you see, firstly, what is manifestation? You want something.
Exactly.
And deep down, you're telling yourself that you want it. So your actions somehow navigate you through that path.
There's a strong desire.
The desire kind of makes you do things that you would want that are supposed to be done to be able to achieve that
Exactly.
particular dream or goal, whatever you've seeked for. So I've always believed in it. There are certain brands that I thought, ye brand karna hai, like I want to do this, I want to do that brand. Sooner or later that has happened.
Exactly.
I get sometimes creeped out. I was like, what?
It
Like
happens.
this is, yeah, like it's just becomes like that.
And it sunk in
Yeah.
after it has happened. Like sometimes I work with Miss Universe, or I get a shoot with Miss Universe, or right now
Yeah.
also. Right now the whole flow is going on, it's all done, and when I'm at night in my bed and I just reflect on the day, oh, this happened. Oh wow, this happened for real. So yeah, that's the thing around manifestation.
That's true.
Moving ahead, Vartika, now we had a lot of serious conversations around manifestation, life journey. Now let's make this talk show light to a lighter mode, and that is called the Never Have I Ever round.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, the first one is never have I ever used my pageant skills to diffuse a real life awkward situation.
See, we're taught certain things.
Yeah.
So you got to use them in life, and pageantry is not about that only for the pageant. It's a personality development process also, So while people are investing in your, in building your personality, why shouldn't
Why
you use
not?
it in your real life?
Yeah,
So yes,
exactly.
I have. A lot of times when I go out and to socialize, I remember the key points.
That's good.
I'm like, because I'm a very socially awkward person, so I need those skills badly, and I have put them to use. Yes.
That's good. Pageant skills should be used in real
Yes.
life. Never have I ever had an unexpected and hilarious moment during a photo shoot.
Since I can't think of it on top of my head, okay, let's for now. I'm sure. Should I just do both?
Exactly.
I'm just confused because there have been a lot of moments which have been funny. But yeah, I'll have to think about it. My memory is really bad.
Okay. Moving ahead. Never have I ever regretted a fashion choice.
Since we're talking about pageants, let me just say I have.
Okay. Would you like to share more about it?
See, the less I say about it, better it is. But, it's been years, so I can actually talk about it. So I'm sure you all remember my iconic Miss Universe bun with that red gown, which was quite talked about, So yeah, I actually I regretted it quite a lot. I was like, why? Even on, literally before hitting the stage, I was like, fuck. I was like, how do I open this? How do I open this? And I was like, no, it's fine, Vartika. Just take deep breaths and then go for it. And that's what I did. You don't have an option. Just go with it. So, I actually
It happened.
with it.
It came down in history then.
Literally everybody spoke about it. I was like, okay, I genuinely did not know it's such a big deal, but it was.
So actually,
It
I really
was
thought
a
you were
big
trying to do a
deal.
retro movement on stage.
No, clearly not. It was sheer confusion on my part. I will totally own it up. At Miss Universe, everybody loved me. They genuinely loved my face, and they wanted to, make me look my best at every moment. And so what happens? The bikini round happened, and obviously the hair was open, beautiful. I totally loved it, came back. When it came to my gown and I wore the gown, and then I came to hairstyle, they were like, oh, let's change it a little. I know your face is really great. Let's just put it up and it's going to look very nice, which is a great idea. It's just there was less time to decide something like that.
Yeah.
And to probably better it in such a short moment. So you can call experiment gone wrong. so yeah.
Yeah, but that's down in history.
Sure, why not? I'm not afraid of experiments. I own it up.
Yes. That's the queen quality.
Yeah.
Moving ahead, never have I ever laughed at a joke I didn't understand, to be polite.
I feel like I'm saying I have. I've done everything.
Oh, wow.
A lot of times I'm like, oh, it's fine, I'm not getting it, but I'm going to be nice to you. Anyway.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Never have I ever accidentally
Hold
liked.
on, like no, I have to justify also that not necessarily those jokes
Were
are
bad.
funny, but you know sometimes you just be like, yeah, it's fine, you made an effort, so I'm just gonna
I also make
laugh
an
at
effort and
it.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean like I'm gonna make you feel nice. That's what beauty queens do.
Yeah, that's the pageant skills in
Pageant
real life.
skills, there you go. You're polite.
Yeah, you're polite, exactly. Moving ahead, never have I ever accidentally liked a very old post while stalking someone on social media.
I have. I have. Although I don't really stalk people a lot, but sometimes, you know, like with bunch of friends sitting gossiping and a
That
lot
happens
of
in college.
itching, you know. So then you just like go like, oh, let's check her out, let's check her out, and like I'm like, if they're checking out like you know people from my phone, what happens is that you're like, oh, this photo, look at this, and then you just scroll,
it's
and you
like-
accidentally like touch
Yeah.
something. So
And then you
that
took
has
away the like.
happened. Yeah, immediately. No question. I don't want to like leave trails.
That's what I do. I was in college, so that's the time when you
Yeah.
stalk people, you stalk your classmates, you stalk
I
your
still
crush
do.
and all.
What is college?
So that's what I do. If I
Yeah.
accidentally liked or saw their story, I just immediately block them and then unblock them after one day.
Yeah, it's funny.
Moving ahead. Never have I ever started a sentence with I don't mean to sound rude, but then proceeded to be completely rude.
I am a beauty queen. I love giving disclaimers that, hey, there's something serious coming up, or maybe there's something coming up that you should be warned about. So, yes, I've said that.
Okay.
And I think I'm quite upfront as a human being. So, a lot of times I find like I struggle to, you know, just express my thoughts, you know, thinking that, oh my God, I don't know what this person is going to think about. Should I say this or not? Like, I don't want to hurt his feelings or her feelings. But then I'm like, I got to say what I got to say.
Chal jata hai. Moving ahead. Never have I ever Googled myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. I mean, it's a nice feeling.
So
you know,
how do
like,
you feel when this Google people and people on
there's a
social
lot
media
of
right?
crap on it. There's
Yeah.
a lot of crap.
Vartika
like,
Singh's net worth, Vartika Singh's
Yeah.
husband. I don't know how.
Yeah, there's a lot of you know, stupid things on it that are not even true, but it's just there, and you'll be like, oh, you're like this also. Oh, this is the truth. Like, so sometimes you get to know yourself from your social media, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Oh, this happened. When?
oh, this happened. I don't know
Oh,
when.
wow.
So-
Social media knows it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, never have I ever pretended to be on the call to avoid talking to someone.
Why have I done each and everything that you're asking?
That's interesting.
It's a lot. Like I said, that people, especially who are socially awkward and they don't know how to just be around. And sometimes I'm like, God, I don't belong in here. Like, what to do? Then I pretend that I'm really busy on my phone,
Oh, yeah.
doing some serious stuff, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
sitting in the corner and not minding my own business. Yeah, I do that.
Next is never have I ever been impressed by someone's intelligence.
I have. In my life, I've met a lot of intelligent people, you know, and sometimes they just wow you. They just make you feel like you got to read more, you got to travel more, you have to meet a lot of people, be more, you know, understanding and empathetic towards people. And I think it's a good thing,
It's
you
a
know,
good
like to
quality,
be able
yeah.
to have a conversation with somebody who's more witty and who's more intelligent. Because it's not about who is more or not. It's just about like some people might know this thing and some you might not know that thing. So it's all about exchanging information.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Never have I ever practiced my winning moment speech in front of a mirror.
In my head, yes. So I think that counts as yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have. Like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, a lot of times you just dream about like being on that stage, you know, like wearing that crown, and you're just like, oh, thank you, everybody. Today, you know, like it's come to
then-
today has been possible only because of all your help and appreciation and like the whole journey that you've experienced with me. I've also gotten an Oscar in my head.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like so multiple things.
Oh, I was sharing a red carpet with Kylie Jenner a few days back. And my
Wow.
head- yeah.
See, there you go, power of imagination.
I was here, Kylie was here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, bro.
Why not?
Anyways, it will happen for you. Don't worry.
Yeah. like I said, that anything and everything that I've desired for in my past, it has come true. So I believe in, like dreams actually turning into reality.
Exactly. Moving ahead. Never have I ever secretly disagreed with a judge decision.
I mean, अंगूर तो खट्टे होते ही हैं. So yeah, why not? I'll be like, hey, come on, how could you? Maybe she did not like me.
Yeah. That's moving
Maybe,
ahead.
you know,
And the
so-
final one. This is interesting.
Okay.
Never have I ever told that I am busy to avoid a shoot. And you were not busy.
Never. Shoot, never. I mean, until it's something that I don't agree with. That, like sometimes a lot of shoots you're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
A lot of shoots, like a lot of, like, I don't know how to explain that. Like sometimes you don't like the aesthetic of the brand, and then you don't want to be part of it. But at the same time, it's someone's aesthetic. So you don't want to say that, hey, what you're doing is wrong and I don't
Exactly.
want to be part of it because of XYZ reasons.
Yeah.
So then you just be like, you're busy and you won't be able to do it.
Exactly.
So I've done it, but I'm very honest to my
Honest,
work.
exactly.
So
Roti.
I always...
Roti kapda, you never have
रोटी
to.
कपड़ा और मकान
Yeah.
मुझे बहुत प्यार है अपने काम से बहुत ज़्यादा इज्जत करती हूँ like I mean if I've everybody whoever has worked with me you will actually hear that from them that like I've never I mean you make me work 24 hours at a stretch and I would not say like a word.
Even I am taking a positive review. Like I
So-
will tell everyone, like I was so nervous. Vartika made it so comfortable. It was a smooth process.
I mean, no, I love working, yeah. Like, I feel like, why are we here for? Like, and this
Exactly.
is the time that you have to, like, work and just move forward in your life. Don't waste it. Like, don't waste a single minute of this particular time that you have, like, otherwise you'll regret that when you had the time, you did not
We
work.
did not do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this was with Never Have I Ever. And next is guess the movie's name by English translation. I'm Gujarati, so my sir comes out anyway.
It's okay. Yeah.
Moving ahead
Yeah.
with this round, and that is I have given my heart away, darling.
मैंने दिल दिया नहीं मैंने दिल तुझको दिया नहीं away. What? I have given my heart?
Away, darling. I have given my heart away, comma, darling. I'll show you the seventh one.
Oh.
Oh, there are other names.
I did not see anything.
Okay, I'll ask
मैंने
from
दिल
next.
तुझको दिया
नहीं.
One second. I have given away
My
heart,
heart.
darling.
I have given my heart away, darling.
I've given my heart away, darling.
Darling is with like so much emotion.
Darling की हिंदी क्या होती है? प्यारी.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Darling की हिंदी बता दो बस.
Sanam.
मैंने दिल तुझको दिया सनम. मैंने हम दिल दे चुके सनम.
Yes.
Hey, sorry. Okay.
Sumit.
हम दिल दे चुके हैं सनम. One second. That's the confusion with English, guys. There's I also stands for hum. And
I also with we.
Yeah, like there's no like see how Hindi is like more expressive. Like for every gender there's like a different word. For like I mean like singular, like all those things. There are like specific words for it. ये English में क्या है?
Okay.
Sorry, justifying my loss. Okay.
Next is sometimes happiness, sometimes sadness.
कभी खुशी कभी गम.
Okay. Next is something happens.
कुछ कुछ होता है.
Okay. Rani.
Rani, queen. Huh.
This was easy. Oh, she crowned you.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, Kangana crowned you,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Next is sinful doll.
क्या क्या क्या?
Sinful doll.
Sinful doll. Papi Gudiya.
Yes. You know that movie?
No, but I sometimes tease my friend, don't be a Papi Gudiya.
Oh, wow. Okay,
But I
next.
haven't seen the movie, but I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, next one is creepy. Thirsty.
Pyasa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Hot spices.
Garam masala.
I am alone, you are alone.
हम भी अकेले, तुम भी, I don't know. तुम भी अकेले.
उसका उल्टा कर दो.
तुम भी अकेले, हम भी अकेले.
अकेले और हम का उल्टा.
अकेले हम और अकेले तुम.
Yeah, wow. Got it.
Not
I helped
bad,
him.
मैं Bollywood skills are like on fire today.
Yes.
Minus the first question.
Next is let the heart beat.
Dil dhadakne do.
Oh, yes. Love found jewels and wealth.
Love found.
No guess got it right.
Love found
Jewels and wealth. You get extra points if you.
प्यार पाया. Jewels. Jewels का हिंदी में क्या बोलेंगे? गहने.
No, that's the part of jewels. No, gahne is part of jewels. Jewels is not gahne.
प्रेम रतन धन पायो.
Ooh, yes! You got it. You got it.
Killer.
Nice. Good. And last one is very simple. Janwar.
Animal.
I was making the translation. Janwar. Okay, so
Yeah.
you won it. You won all the
I won.
points.
I know. I love
Because you
winning.
got all the points because you got the 2 points right.
How?
Prem Ratan Dhan Payo. It
Yeah,
was 2
see?
points.
See, that was very difficult.
So you got it.
Like,
Vartika
yeah,
got it.
yeah,
Vartika's
yeah,
Bollywood skills are on fire,
It's-
guys.
I'm amazing.
When I any questions here for me?
For you, how do you feel the pageantry is changing? Like, I mean, what do you think about pageants and nowadays?
Pageants nowadays, they're trying to be relevant because there was an image of a beauty queen back then, and that image should be continued because it takes a lot of efforts to be a beauty queen. It doesn't
Yeah.
happen overnight, right? But just like to be relevant to today's time, to today's generation, our generation who see this whole spectrum very differently. We are Gen Z, and
Yeah.
then we'll have now Gen Alpha
Yeah.
who see this whole spectrum very differently. So in order to be relevant in today's time, they are making these changes. Some of those changes are over inclusive, they're extreme, I feel, but some are good. So it's a human field, yeah. So it keeps changing, it keeps going back, it keeps changing.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's what I feel.
likewise. I also feel like that it's good to be inclusive, but at the
I
same
think
time,
inclusion also should have a limit.
yeah, like, I mean, denying the fact that there are other people who are working immensely hard for it, you're absolutely rejecting their efforts, and that's not all right, you know.
Very true.
I mean, to become a doctor, if you can study for as many years, to become an engineer, you have to study. To be part of IITs, you have to give those exams. I'm not saying a lot of people who have those kind of challenges, you know, like physically and mentally, I understand about those cases, but then to dilute every criteria just like that, it's not as thoughtful to me. Like, I mean, as much as I'm for everybody, I also feel like that it should be very conditional and not very generic.
Very true, exactly. Like not very generic, it should be conditional.
Yeah.
And people are working hard to be here. So
Yeah,
true.
I mean, like, girls train for years. I mean,
Oh,
I've seen
God,
a
they
lot of
train like-
girls. I mean, they're just into it. They give their heart and soul, and you know, like, when things like that happens, it's just
It breaks
difficult.
them. And last thing, any best set of advices you heard and you want to take it as an ending statement for this beautiful conversation I had with you?
Best advices that I've heard. When people used to tell me that be comfortable in your skin, I never actually got it back then. I was like, what do you mean by being comfortable in my skin? Yes, I am trying my best. I am doing my best. But, you know, like after living in Bombay for as many years, having done 2 pageants and, you know, like modeling and just doing my work, I've realized that you have to be self-assured. You have to
Yes.
know your self-worth.
Very true.
And with that only you will be able to achieve whatever you want to, because the business that we are in, it will create a lot of insecurity, and you can never be the best looking person, you can never be the fittest person. You know, there'll always be something that's lacking. And how do you fulfill that? By assuring yourself that what you have is enough
Exactly.
to move forward, to do anything and everything that you want in your life. So that's what I want to tell anyone and everyone, whoever is watching this
That's
video.
so true. That's so true. And advice is coming from a person who has the biggest title in India. Come on, there is nothing bigger than universe. You should surely listen to her, right? Yes, Vartika, that was it with this Chai Glamour. I wish we could have continued till this 1 hour.
It's been fun. It's
It's
been
been fun.
fun.
You like this
I loved
conversation?
it. I loved it. I think I also got to like relive a lot of moments,
Yeah.
a lot of silly moments as well from the pageant. And you know, like looking back, you'll be like, oh, why? But it's okay. That was you.
It's okay,
You
exactly.
know, like I think any and every mistake or like actions that I've taken for myself, I am very proud of them. And yeah, it's fun. I love it.
fun,
I love my
yeah.
life and I love whatever I've been able to do so far.
Yes, exactly, guys. So that's the thing. Things you learn from this interview, make sure you put that knowledge in
Thank
your
you
real
guys.
life.
I think I need to learn a lot of things. And there's a constant learning. Yeah, like another thing I wanted to tell people that never think that you've arrived.
Yeah.
And, you know, like just don't always be this overconfident person, you know, like also be understanding of other people's situation, and that will actually take you very far. Like, you know, I mean, when you also think for other people, you know, it kind of makes you a nice human being. So success along with you being that nice human being kind of is a great combination to
Yeah,
have.
exactly.
So
Very
it's very
true.
important.
I completely agree. You get best advices from a diva, guys.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for having me.
It
It's
was
been
amazing,
great fun.
Vartika.
And thank you for Chai and Glamour.
Yeah, and this is P&I.
P&I.
Is my baby.
Sweet. I'm really proud of you for being
you.
able to do so much at this young age. And
my age.
good luck to all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for having me here.